Welcome back to the Detail Garage. Now we're moving on to full-blown detail on this GTR. We've been following the chemical guy's flowchart, starting with the wash. We've clayed it, we've polished it, we've glazed it, and now we're moving on to the sealant. Now the reason why you want to seal your car is because whenever you do any kind of paint correction or if you apply glaze, you want to lock that in there. If you expose the pores of the paint, things are just going to fall in there and dull out that finish. So by putting a glaze on there, it's going to lock in all that hard work you've already done. Jet Seal, it's going to give it 12 months of protection against UV rays, harsh elements, water spots, and anything that can damage the clear coat. Over here, I've got my 10 Effects set up with a red ultrafine soft finishing pad. This is going to spread the Jet Seal super thin, giving a nice even bond. And then for the more intricate areas, I'll just use a black UFO to get the smaller pieces where the machine's not going to fit. So let's get started. First, you want to take your Jet Seal and shake it up. This mixes all the chemicals together. And then with any glaze, polish, wax, whatever you're putting on a pad, you want to apply about 5 dime-sized drops to the actual hex. And now we're going to blotch this out on the surface. And the reason why you want to blotch it out is because you don't want to put a heavy clump of it in one area and then turn the machine on, and then it'll fling it all over the car. So by blotching it out, you'll be able to give it even coverage. So now that it's blotched out, you want to put it on speed setting 1 and then just spread it out in an even layer over the whole vehicle. So if you're wondering why I'm only using one hand, it's because unlike polishing or paint correction, as you're applying a wax, a glaze, a sealant, you only need to let the weight of the machine carry across the vehicle. I've just finished applying Jet Seal to the rest of the vehicle using the machine. Now I'm going to go into the smaller areas using the applicator. Same process, you want to apply just a little bit to your applicator. And since I'm only working on the mirrors and the small pillars, I don't need a whole lot of product. So we'll go over to the car, and you want to blotch it out, and then go back and forth in even strokes, giving it a nice uniform coat. So after letting the Jet Seal sit for about 15 minutes, it's time to buff it off. And I'm using these black happy ending edgeless towels. These are great because they're super plush, so they'll pick up all the product without leaving any streaks or anything behind. And also since they're edgeless, they won't create any new scratches or swirls. So what you want to do is put it on the paint and then work back and forth in straight lines. The reason for this is because if you do pick up something and it starts to scratch the paint, it'll actually swirl, and that's a lot more noticeable and a lot harder to remove. Alrighty guys, so I just finished buffing off the jet seal, which means it's ready for the next step in the detailing process. Now, as I keep mentioning, we're going by the Chemical Guys flowchart. We started by washing it, we clayed it, we polished it, we glazed it, and now we just sealed it, which means it's ready for the next step, which is wax. So tune in next time when we bring this baby back in the shop and we throw on some butter wet wax. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.